I'm recording now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Movie Club. Partially because the two movies that we watched today had actually a very similar cast, and I didn't realize it.
When I watched 1917, I was like, "Holy shit!" Oh, in my head, I was like, "Wait a second, isn't Cumberbatch just me?" I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I was watching. To break the fourth wall, I just got back from watching 1917. And yeah, as I was sitting there, I was like, wait a minute. That's Colin Firth. Wait a minute. That's Mark Strong.
You're like, wait a minute.
That's Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, this is half the cast of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
And this is almost the entire good cast of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Again, Gary Oldman was fine. This feels are good, but like, if we're talking about like, if I remember the people I remember in there, that's for sure of the people I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is currently January 17th, 2020. So as you know, I live in the Great Sunshine State, right? AJ,
Sure.
It was 85 degrees out the other day.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. It was 85 degrees. That's a little
Well, that's
warm.
what you get.
But like, even based on where I live in the Florida standards, that's warm as hell for the winter.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I almost went swimming because I was confused.
If you're wondering what the noise is in the background of my audio, my 3D printer is currently running, so...
Wait. You got a what?
Dude, I've had a 3D printer for a while.
So what are you printing on said 3D printer?
Right now it is a gift for my uncle.
So like in general, what?
I made some stuff for people for Christmas. I've done... What else have I done? Well, that's been a lot of it lately.
But like, when you say you make something for Christmas, did you make an ornament? What do you?
Yeah, so I made my parents an ornament. I made my grandma like a vase.
So which type would you have then? Because normally it's like plastics, I thought.
Hmm?
Do you have a not plastic type then, or?
No, it's PLA plastic.
Okay, cause just like a vase, I don't know if I'd picture that as the material for a vase usually.
I mean, a vase can be anything. It's just
a vase can be anything, but it tends to be more clay material in my head, I thought, or ceramic.
There's glass vases. There's metal vases.
God. I understand there are different types of vases. Just plastic was not on the list in my head of types of vases. So I'll point that out. I didn't think that was confusing, but apparently it is. Piece of work.
So before we get into, we're gonna look at the Oscar noms and predict the Oscars. I don't know if you saw this. Disney officially killed off the Fox name.
No, I did not. So what does that mean?
So it'll just be 20th Century Studios and Searchlight.
Okay, so it is still 20th century. That's what when you say. I guess that makes sense. Okay, is it because of? I guess because I wonder if it's tied to because the Fox like news and sports entities still exist. I know they don't own them anymore, but I wonder if there's something with that. So there's no confusion that way.
Maybe.
Because that would make at least some sense. But yeah, I did not see that. That's kind of like sad because like obviously that was like one of the studios.
Yeah.
Also, I appreciate how they're keeping the term 20th century or 21st century. It's like, can we not, like, people, do we know what year it is? If we're going to rebrand it, can we at least up it 1 century? That'd be great.
Well, it is 21st century.
Is it 21st or 20th century Fox? I just forget, because there's always weird.
Well, the studio is 20th century, but the company name was 21st century.
Okay, that's what it is. Cause I'm always like, because I know there's always that weird. But yeah, that's an interesting one. The other thing, we gotta talk about is, did you catch the Ricky Gervais stuff with the Golden Globes?
Yeah.
So I have to at least say, I thought it was funny as hell. I also then appreciated the whole Ricky Gervais was like, don't do that, and then every actor then did their political speech after.
Yeah.
It's one of those things of like, it's also award shows, but I'm also going to say he's not wrong when he's like, all of you are idiots. Like, why are we all using, like, whoever's watching the award show probably agrees with you. You're not changing minds.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. That's why I never understood with that. I go, it's not like you are going in front of an audience who doesn't understand your views.
Right, like the people that are, like, that could be swayed.
Are not the ones watching.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I've never understood. It's not like, you're like, oh, we went to this very mixed group thing. No. My general assumption is, if you really care about award shows, either you care about the views they are professing, or you know the views they are professing ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I've never understood. And people are like, well, it's the platform. Right, but the whole point of the platform is you want to go in front of people with your platform that you can change or affect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly interesting for... I mean, I guess it's also, like, in a way, they're speaking to their peers.
But what is it... So they are speaking to their peers. But what is the goal of that, is it? Because they all... Not all agree, but, like, there's a good chunk of agreeance.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Like, when every speech is, Trump is bad, immigrants good, I don't know what they're affecting.
Yeah.
Like, did anyone really think Hollywood was not going to think that opinion? Like, that's what I don't understand.
Well, so the thing of it is, right, like, that stance, right, of, like, Trump bad, immigrants good, is a very, like, it's not the right view. It's purely like, oh, we hate Trump, so we're just going to take the exact opposite view.
Right.
Like, if you're just like, oh, all immigrants are good, like, oh, let's go, open borders, like,
oh, we open
you think
this
country's a shit show right now, like, like, if you just have open borders, the country loses...
The country?
Well, not only that, but it loses the mystique of the United States.
Which I'm going to say it, actually, I'm one of the people probably who's very, I'm not going to say open borders, I'm not, but, like, very loose and opener borders. Like, I care about the general safety dynamics. There's a few things I want to take care of, but, like, I don't have, like, immigration caps or anything like that. I wouldn't be for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, like, oh, we can only have,
Like, I'm not saying have 10,000 Mexicans here, but I'm saying, like, let's just do a safety screening on everyone. Or let's, like, make sure that they're not abusing the system as they come in. Like, simple things. Beyond that, I don't actually care.
Like, we need to do what Netflix did. Stay with me.
I'm staying on this journey.
Netflix and I guess now, same extent, Spotify, but iTunes really before them, they made it easier to get what you wanted legally than it was to go and pirate stuff. Mm-hmm. It was fairly cheap, it was easy, it was, the safety was there, the quality was there, like, you didn't have to run the risk of, just grenading a computer because you wanted to download a Metallica album. You just go and buy it for $10.
Of course you chose Metallica. Of course.
Well, I
They're also the highest profile of it.
Yeah. I don't even know why I went Metallica.
It's probably in the back of your head.
No, I wasn't even thinking about the Napster thing. I could have used anyone, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take your pick. So if you do something like that, you make it, you make it easier just to deal with the slight hassle of going through legally, and a lot more people would do that.
Yeah. No, that's true. Speaking of, now that we've already opened the politics can of worms, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about and I completely forgot. And this is related to games, don't worry. This is not just politics or politics state. I want to talk about Disco Elysium.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you're aware of this game?
Briefly.
Okay, so it's the CRPG, and the whole shtick I want to talk about is, so the people creating it are open communists. Which
Okay.
that's one thing we're going to go with, okay? The thing I think I have a problem with fundamentally, and this is actually I have trouble, like, even though the game's supposed to be amazing, I actually have a problem supporting it is, like, my example is, and they have, so, obviously during Game Awards, during some speech, they thanked Engels and Marx. Okay? Well, that's one thing.
Yeah.
We're going to start that can of worms. And then you come to find out, they have, pictures of Stalin in their office, because, they really like him. They're that level of communist. Where, it's to the point of, I don't understand how we pretend for a second that it's acceptable to idolize Stalin.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the line.
I mean, okay.
It's not even the, I support European socialism line, which is, in some capacity of somewhere in the world, mainstream. This is beyond that line.
It's effectively having a photo of Adolf Hitler in your office.
It is, and that's what I don't understand. It is literally as bad.
If you go by numbers,
It's
Stalin
worse.
was worse.
But, if we're being honest to, what is known, I'll at least say it's as bad. I'll at least say it's the same. But the whole point is, it's not acceptable to idolize Stalin.
Yeah.
And I feel personally, the reason that game got a giant rap was because, as we will probably all agree, if you look at the people who identify with game coverage and culture, tends to lean more left, and that probably helped push it into the view of everyone.
Yeah. The game was praised for its memorable characters, depth of choice, writing, and open world. IGN praised the game's open world and compared it favorably to The Witcher 3 and Red Dead 2, despite being much smaller. WAPO said the game is conspicuously well written. Eurogamer criticized the game for not offering enough choice in role-playing and for a distinct lack of focus. GameSpot gave it a 10 out of 10, their first in 17.
It's just, to me, again, it's you could have a lot of ideologies, and I think there's a spectrum of what we define as acceptable in our culture. But if I had a picture of a Ku Klux Klan in my office, and it was a very known statement, you'd expect people not to support my game, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
This is what my thing is. It's not even saying, well, we support Bernie Sanders, or well, we support whatever random left-wing leader in Europe, because I know they're more left-wing. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about you support a man, and you very clearly do, and you support men who created the idea behind this man that killed 50 million people.
Yeah. This would be like if, God forbid, the SWW show ever had a physical location.
I like how it says, God forbid.
This would be like Mike and I having, Von Braun and Goebel over our, in our offices, and then you walk in the door and there's just a giant picture of Adolf Hitler. I know I went back to that example, but
it is. It is the same.
The second somebody walked in our door, they'd be like, nope. They do the Simpsons grandpa and just turn right around.
Because it's not even by all accounts, at least we understand, it's not like they ironically have it up, which is cringy, but different also. It's very much a...
Yeah. We support this. Oh, okay.
But I just want.
I mean, I was already kind of really not gonna play this game.
But I think that's an extra step of like, ooh.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of games.
Oh, okay.
So I've only listened through the first 3 days of Giant Bomb's Game of the Year, and I sent you a text.
Yeah.
That I think explains the problems that I have with the current situation there.
So, the current situation, as we have lost the great Dan Riker.
Well, Game of the Year was recorded before all that happened.
And that's true, but I am curious if the amount of games he played was also tied to knowing he's switching jobs and logistical stuff of moving too.
From the sounds of it, that happened pretty quick.
That's true, but who, for all we know, could have been interviews by then too. So, I'm not saying it is. But I'm curious if there's connections. Because also, this was the first year, if I remember right, the Game of the Year was 1 week of recording versus 2.
No, last year was 1 week as well.
Really? Even though last year I feel like it was like twice as long?
In terms of recording, it was the exact same way. They did the exact same thing.
Okay. It just feels like this year was short for some reason.
I think they only did 1 week of recording last year, but they may have been out there for 2 weeks.
Maybe, okay.
And they did all the video stuff for that second week, but either way, I think, because they would have mentioned it in the Game of the Year stuff. You know, that if Dan knew.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt like, though, it was oh shit, he was offered the position probably by Xavier himself.
And the best part is Xavier Woods being like, do I have to give him the job?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no.
It's also funny that he's going to be a podcast producer. He is the most, if I was going to have anybody be tech illiterate...
That's true. Yeah, because producer is partially, maybe in his editing, but he still has oversight and direction and stuff.
So, anyway, so they had 9 people for the Game of the Year.
Right.
And I texted you, the number of times I heard, I only put a couple hours into this and didn't finish it, but...
Which I don't know I don't know if that's inherently offensive. I think it depends, obviously, on the game we're talking about.
Oh, definitely. But if you're going to, put something up for an award, even though you've only played 3 hours of it?
I would argue if it's a mechanics award or something, or a level design award, it could still be up for that one. I think something Game of the Year is more where I agree with you on that. Because, I could see a mechanical level in 3 years, in 3 hours, depending what it is.
Yeah, I guess, the music, I wouldn't be, too terribly, against.
Yeah, because, if we're being honest, if you hit 2 of the 3 good tracks early on, that could be enough to win it.
Yeah. But just, if you're gonna, try to say, oh, this was a great game, but you only played 5 hours of it. Now, granted, there are a few people on staff that I'm perfectly fine with them not having the time.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 people being Vinny, Jason, and now Jeff, because they have kids.
But and I agree with you. I'm perfectly with them not having time, but I still think the same award stipulation should apply there. Yeah,
but I'm fine with them being I didn't get a chance to finish this because I have a kid, and especially Jeff has a very young child. Jason's kid that he has now is very young. He's only a couple years old. Vinny's got 2 young kids. So it's for them, it's okay, Plus, Jeff especially has been doing this for, 25 years?
Yeah, he's old.
So he probably... Well, he's not even that old. It's just he started when he was so young.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is he, probably mid-40s?
Yeah, I think he's 42 or 43.
For what he's doing in the games industry, he's actually pretty old.
Yes.
He's one of the oldest people doing it. He's not old, like, in
Yeah.
actuality, but he's one of the oldest in the industry, for sure. Like, he's up there with, like, Adam
Yeah.
Sessler level old.
Sessler's gone off the deep end, dude.
Oh, I'm not saying he hasn't. But, like, we're talking about, like, when I say who are the, like, older generation, I think it is Sessler, it is Gerstmann, there's a few others probably, probably Damon Hatfield. Like, there's just people that are just a hair older.
Yeah. And, like, then you have the people on the other end of that spectrum. You have Dan Reichert, who would stay up till 2 in the morning on a weeknight playing games.
For the record, I'm gonna say it. I'm an old man. There are nights where it's like 8:30, and I'm like, "Am I allowed to go to bed?"
I mean, I'm not awarded that luxury since I work.
You work nights
into the night,
but like,
so
I'll wake up for at like 5 o'clock for work in the morning too.
yeah,
We just work opposite shifts now.
pretty much.
So that's kind of it's just the same idea. If you're like, can I go to bed at?
So, and obviously he's a special case in that he will play something if he really likes it a lot.
Mm-hmm. He's a very, I want to say, addictive personality towards it. That's probably the best way to describe it. Like, if it's a thing he's really into, he's really into
He's going to keep playing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's something he'll drop off of, I feel like he's one of the people who drops off immediately.
Yeah, if something doesn't hook him in the first hour, you don't stand a chance.
Which is why his describing Death Stranding was the best thing in the world.
Oh, when he finally realized what Hideo Kojima games are?
Yeah. He's like, well, this story's absurd, but Metal Gear makes sense. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because by all accounts I've heard, the story in Death Stranding is not the problem relatively based on Kojima assumptions.
Yeah. I mean, it's I've yet to play it because I'm holding out for PC in the inevitable mods that will make it so much easier.
But by all accounts I've heard, the story actually, it's more to your face, but that's not, like, the problem.
Yeah. But, I mean, Kojima games have always been very, very, like, overly, like, oh, this person is, what's a good example?
Walkman, or whatever they called him?
Well, they had Skullface, who was literally a Skullface.
Or like, example, MGS5, literally it's based upon hearing a language, or how the things work. The like, little termite things.
Yeah. The parasites?
Yeah.
Oh, it's this weird, basically dead language. And the guy that can help us, his name is Code Talker. Because that's not,
That's what I'm saying. So, by all accounts, Death Stranding's problem is not the story. Like, maybe it is a problem, but, like, of what you expect of a Kojima game, it's a hair worse. It's not miles worse.
Yeah.
It's the, just walk is the problem.
Yeah.
And put ladders, and then fall. And then walk some more.
Yeah. And, like, the thing of it is with getting back to the Giant Bomb Game of the Year stuff, I would be perfectly fine if they only covered a few games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I said, don't try to stretch yourself so thin. Like, I'm fine with Abby going, oh yeah, I played, like, all the Sims expansions, and these 2 Nancy Drew games, and, like, because those don't take that long.
Also, they didn't take that long, and also, I think they gave them ample time for what she played. They talk about Nancy Drew twice, which there's one person on staff who played it, and she could explain her experience with it, which makes sense, I think.
And they gave her like 20 minutes. Now, I'm pretty sure there was an hour-plus discussion of Disco Elysium.
But again, if more people on staff played, I expect a bigger discussion.
Oh, more people played it, but it was led entirely by Ben.
Which, I don't know if I'm offended by in that way. I think it's more of the... I think it's by the end too, they were like nitpicking the games in some ways. I was like, I just don't care.
Yeah, and to be fair, Ben's not the only one that does it. Everybody on staff does it.
Oh yeah, but I just
and we can go back to Austin Walker getting invisible ink onto the top 10 as a perfect example of somebody that's just got a point and they are going to get that point.
And I think we've talked about it too. I think I've always said I'm okay with Austin Walker when he has a foil. I'm not as okay with him in isolation or with people who agree with him.
Yeah.
I think Austin Walker
because
having a foil with a discussion with someone he doesn't agree with, that is of equal caliber of intelligence.
Yeah, his having to explain to 7 other people why this game where the entire premise is you just basically throwing a paint can, why that should be on the top 10, and nobody else had played it. Like, he was the only one that had played it, and it's describing, he's like, this is why we have to put it on here, and he just goes into detail. When it's 4 other people that are like, oh yeah, I totally agree with you, Austin, we should do this, and it's like, okay, like, his style is not...
I think it's
not befitting of a yes man culture.
No, what I describe Austin Walker as, I think it's not even like he writes them this way or whatever. I think he's great at audio essays of making a point.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
because I think that's inherently what he is. He's either a storyteller or uses it to produce a point.
Which is why he's very good at his friends at the table.
Or even, like, 3 moves ahead when he's on a podcast. Like, he's good at making the point of how this mechanic or theme interacts with the experience.
Yeah, he's good. He thinks ahead. He's very smart. And...
he's probably objectively smarter than both of us. Like he's inherently an intelligent person. Like, that's not the question. Yeah. I think it's more, how are you saying it, and is the format in which we're talking about compatible with how you're saying it?
Yeah, I think he's got a doctorate. Yeah, he's working on a doctorate.
It's a doctorate or a master's, or something like philosophy, or something like that. You're like, okay.
Well, he has a master's, and he was either working on it or he was finishing up a doctorate.
That's the whole point, though. Like, it was some subject matter where it was much more of a conceptual matter than like a master's in something more direct. Like, it's not a computer science master; it was a thinking master's.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying computer science masters aren't thinking masters, but it's different. That's a tangible, I think, more.
Yeah.
So the other note we've talked about is... actually, there's a few I have. So AJ, I decided to go indoor rock climbing the other week.
Okay.
Why did no one warn me the next day everything hurts?
Because I think everybody figured you were smarter than that.
So the one I went to around here, it's an indoor rock climbing place, or I think it's boulder climbing, because the whole point is there are no harnesses, you're just climbing the rocks. So, I've seen places like that, I've never done that. When you fall 10 feet, you fall 10 feet.
Yeah.
And it hurts. Well, not obnoxiously because I have padding, but, literally, Saturday morning, I woke up and I was like, everything is, pulsing and it can't move. So, yeah, notes to everyone, don't go rock climbing unless you're ready to be a sadist the next day and ask for life to end. Also, way harder than it looks. I'm gonna say it.
Yes.
It's real hard. Which is funny, because I saw people, your size doing it on, these, sections of the platform. I'm like, how the hell are you staying up there?
It's called grace.
There were spots where your foot has to be on something that's, 2 inches. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah. It's a lot of your, the strength in most climbers is the first 2 sections of a finger.
Yeah. Or
so that first main knuckle before it connects to your hand, their strength is all in there.
I've heard that, or I heard some people talking about finger strength even.
Well, that's finger strength, but their strength being just in basically those two knuckles because those are what you use to grip.
Yeah.
And then obviously your shoulders and your back. But
And as you get better, a lot of your weight you go on your legs too, comparatively to like upper body strength. Like, you still need it, but it's a different like very much when you're balancing, it's on your legs.
Yeah.
But yeah, hurts like hell. So AJ, have you watched any TV shows recently that we need to talk about involving space people?
Oh, Mandalorian.
So you finally watched and finished The Mandalorian.
Yep.
What is your spoiler warning opinions of Mr. Mando and his baby brother? We'll call him.
You mean his target?
The child.
I mean, I don't see where you were going after of like 2/3 of the show doesn't matter. Because I think until they make it connect to something, or if they don't, that show can stand on its own and it tells the story of this character.
I think so. One of the issues I had with it was there's a string of a couple episodes that my issue when I say an episode doesn't matter is like it doesn't even move the character forward. So there are a couple episodes on the show I feel like I could pull out and not touch the story and it still makes as much sense. Or there's that.
Maybe.
There's also that like middle section I feel like of it, where like I keep being like, so what's the point of this child? Like we just don't like beginning we had an objective, the end we have an objective, the middle it's not even like he's going towards an objective, he's just existing.
Yeah, I mean it's also like there's gears turning that are setting in motion everything.
Right, but I'd almost rather have seen like something in a backdrop of sorts that explaining that like there are still gears turning even if he doesn't realize there are.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't think I had as many problems with the show as you did.
So one of the actual problem I have is so like in the last episode you have that final fight, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's my joke of where you can tell when budget ended. Because, like, that fight, as cool as it is that he gets the jetpack and then shoots down that plane, that's it.
Yeah.
And then he walks out alive, and you're like, so like, what?
Well, I mean, I think if we go to Rise of Skywalker, like, it's proven that you can survive a crash in a TIE fighter.
And you can survive a crash TIE fighter, and that's true, but, like, it's just my problem with that is like that fight was epic in the sense of it's something you've always wanted to see happen, but it wasn't epic in actual like length or the fight. It was 30 seconds of a moment.
I mean, if we're being realistic though, like a fight like that would be over that fast.
And would be, but this is Star Wars. I want to see a climax in the fight, not we did it.
Well, I think this is the problem you're having. Mandalorian is a very, I hate the term realistic in this sense, but realistic in its pacing. Of like, they're not going to be these huge Star Wars battles. They're what they would have been like.
See, but so and I agree with you. That's what it is. I think my problem is though, because like. Obviously, the Star Wars TV show comparison, I know it's not live action, but it still, go with me on this one, is like the Clone Wars. And I feel like the Clone Wars still kept the Star Wars feel, though. And like this, it almost is the point of, it could almost not be Star Wars. Like, there are a couple pieces that make it Star Wars,
alone.
But it could totally not be Star Wars, where you just change a couple species and it would work. Like, it doesn't matter it's in the Star Wars universe for the story they're telling.
No.
I
mean, like, if you're at its very core, right, like, at its very core, Star Wars is just a religious story.
No, and it's very quite true, but I think, like, I can't say, like, so, that's true, but I think foundationally, everything else that we've seen of Star Wars that has been received well is inherently Star Wars in its core, where this can inherently be a bounty hunter story at its core. Like Logan is an X-Men. This, for example, Logan is an X-Men film at its core, even if it's a different feel. This, I don't know if inherently is a Star Wars story at its core.
I mean, but the thing of it is, you're telling the story of a bounty hunter.
Right.
So, how else do you want to tie it to Star Wars? Like, do you want Mando to be running around with a goddamn lightsaber? Like,
no, I think it's maybe I just have a problem that it also obviously is the first live-action TV show, so I think there was a certain level of expectations tied to that, and the amount of money Disney put into this, there's a certain level of expectations. And there are moments...
I mean, I guess I think the problem you're having with it is you want it to be Star Wars.
Yeah, I wanted Star Wars on TV.
You so desperately want Star Wars. This is a bounty hunter story, which they've never really touched on. And if it's, it takes place doesn't it take place after...
It's 6 before
6?
7. Yeah, it's like 50 years after 6, so that's probably, for being honest, 10, 20, probably like...
Well,
right
no,
I 7.
thought the difference between 6 and 7 was 30, because that's what it was in real life.
Oh, then 30, then maybe it was 20 years. It's something like, it's between 6 and 7, but it's closer to 7 than 6.
So, I mean, this is a world and a universe where all that shit has happened and is gone. Like, proven by the fact that the Imperials, their armor is dirty and it never gets cleaned because there hasn't been an Imperial army in 20 years.
So, like, that I found interesting. I did also appreciate kind of when they kind of drop in the First Order, but they don't explain that's who it is. Like, I do like that piece. Because obviously he was the first...
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, he was First Order. Like, that's that look.
Yeah.
It maybe doesn't have its name yet of that in this world, but it is what will become the First Order.
Which would fit, because the First Order was around before 7.
Right, because it has to be to grow.
Yeah.
I think part of my problem is looking at the season. So we know there's a season 2 coming in, and they obviously left it open for season 2. I almost mentally just wish this was called, like, season 1, part 1. Because this feels more like a cliffhanger, like, we're gonna come back to chaos, than this feels like an end of a season, traditionally.
Also, if that's the case, like, this is the problem that Star Wars has. They try to fit stuff in time frames that don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they're going to try to fit this show in a time span of probably 5 years.
Right.
Like, the show could air longer than the time frame it's covering.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
So this is the issue Breaking Bad had that they had to account for, because, like, the kid aged a lot in the 5 years it took to film the 1 year timeline in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the problem you're going to have.
But, like, but I'm saying that's a perfect example of something similar of Breaking Bad took place over 1 year.
No, it's,
Is it more than it was a year and a half? I thought it was something, like, surprisingly short.
Well, I guess it depends, because... before Walter leaves to go to Vermont, I believe it is.
Okay, yeah.
It's only like... Yeah, it's like a year and a half.
It's something like... It's almost like you could line it up... It's almost like we've seen almost every day in that show, comparatively time-wise. Because an episode could be multiple days.
But then, there's a considerable time skip...
while he's there.
But
I thought it felt like it was only like 6 months or something. It wasn't... It was considerable.
I think it's closer to a year, but... Yeah.
Okay, let me finish. The bulk of that show is this tight thing, besides the last episode, which we jumped for some reason.
Well, there's a very good reason of why they jump.
I don't like the reason. I have problems with the end of Breaking Bad, very strongly. So yeah, that is The Mandalorian. I don't know. I don't think the announcement season 2 is coming. We just know it's coming. I think it's Jon Favreau is still the showrunner. All that good stuff.
Also, the cast, like...
Yeah, that's probably where their money went. Was they're like, Can we just... Was it you texting me? You're like, is that Bill Burr?
Yeah, Amanda...
I think that's episode 6, which is the Bounty Hunter episode. That, I think, is the best episode in the series. Because it's just so fun.
Let's see, you've got Pedro Pascal, who's the Mandalorian, who has been in Narcos and a shit ton of other stuff. Gina Carano, who she was in a couple of the Fast and Furious movies. Former UFC fighter. Carl Weathers, who is Carl Weathers.
Mr. Krabs is in it too.
Taika Waititi, who has Marvel money. Werner Herzog, who is Werner Herzog. Nick Nolte, I mean, just a lovable old dude. Giancarlo Esposito. Emily Swallow, who she must have been... she appeared as... Okay, yeah, she was the armorer. She's the other Mandalorian.
She's
Amina Badi.
She's the, like, queen or whatever you call her, like, the leader.
She's the armorer.
Okay.
Ming-Na Wen, Bill Burr.
Can we talk about how, like, I talk about how this show is a video game, and literally they had the video game moment in the last episode of you went to the armorer, upgraded, she said reload your ammo, and then you go deal with the final boss.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Like, that was a video game. That was a video game-ass moment. Like, you found
Mark
your
Boone
save
Jr.,
point.
Richard Awadhi. I do like that they had Richard Awadhi as the bounty hunter robot in the bounty hunter episode.
Bounty hunter
like,
do you mean...
He was the pilot.
Okay, yeah, because Watiki was the droid from the first episode.
Yeah.
That's what I was confused. I thought you meant him, and I was like, no, he's not. Okay, yeah, go on.
No. Clancy Brown.
That's what I said, Mr. Krabs.
Clancy Brown's Google image looks like a yearbook photo.
So what I love about, side note, of all of the SpongeBob cast is they all look like their character. It feels like Clancy Brown passes for Mr. Krabs in a human form.
He was also in Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, he was...
He was in Thor Ragnarok. He was in God of War 3.
Whoa, who was he in Thor Ragnarok?
Surtur.
I don't know that one. I don't know who that is on top.
Oh, he's the giant. He's the fire giant.
Thor Ragnarok. Fire giant. Is he
the dude at the very end? We can't beat you, but he can.
Wait, he's Ragnarok?
Ragnarok is not a person.
I thought the name of the actual creature was Ragnarok.
No, it's Surtur.
Okay, for some reason I thought it was. I know Ragnarok is the
Ragnarok
event,
is this idea.
So Ragnarok is the event. It has an essence,
yes.
Which is funny because I've literally read a book on Norse mythology. I just don't know that term real well.
Ragnarok is effectively Norse for apocalypse.
Okay, that makes sense. So he is the thing that brings about Ragnarok.
Yes.
Okay, I did not realize that was him at all. But no, the cast in this show is objectively amazing. Because also, as the main villain, he is terrifying, even though he's only in this show for a solid 20 minutes.
Werner?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a goddamn dude.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mandalorian. I didn't love it. I think there are still enjoyable episodes in it, so I just don't think it's what I was hoping it would be.
Well, if you had zero expectations going into it, like I had...
Then yeah, it's probably fine.
It was great.
Okay. AJ, it's time to talk about this. I think the term we're looking for this year is Oscars. I think they went out with Oscars so male, I think is the term this year.
Oh, Issa Rae.
Oscars so male. Because I'm gonna say, can I say the controversial comment before we get into these awards?
Issa Rae's thing about congratulations to all the men or whatever she said.
Yeah, because they're upset that Greta Gerwig didn't get it for what's that movie? Not Pretty Woman. I was gonna call it Pretty Woman.
Little Women.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. She's not made a film to make her deserving Best Director this year. Because that's not a good film.
Also, there's only 5 for Best Director, and that's usually all there is anyway.
Right. I know Best
And
Picture.
if we're being realistic, yeah, if we're being realistic, Little Women does not stand a chance against Irishman, Joker, 1917.
This is when
I
texted
Parasite.
you. I said this might be the Best Picture year in modern history. Like, I'm gonna go through Best Picture here for a second. Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo.
I don't know if that deserves Best Picture.
I don't think it does either. But like, let's go through a second. It's I forgot who directed it. Scorsese, Watiki. Then you have Joker. Oh, Little Woman's Best Picture. My apologies. Little Woman's up for Best Picture. She's not up for Best Director.
Oh, it's James. No, Mangold is Joker.
Yes, James Mangold. No, James Mangold is Ford vs. Ferrari. You're right. When I remember when I saw that, I was like, what?
Mangold, Scorsese, Watiti,
Todd Phillips.
The guy that directed Phillips.
And then Greta Gerwig for Little
Greta
Woman.
Gerwig.
I forget Marriage
No
Story.
idea who directed Marriage Story.
1917,
Sam Mendes.
Tarantino. And then everyone loves Parasite. So, like, I haven't seen it, but I don't have a problem because it actually has been getting insane praise.
Yeah.
So, like, this Best Picture, though, I'm going to say it. Little Woman is the worst movie on this Best Picture, which I think says something about the qualities of this Best Picture.
Well, so there's 9 of them on here. I haven't seen Marriage Story or Little Women as a movie.
I have seen Little Women.
I've heard really good things about Parasite. Haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Parasite. I've heard amazing things about Marriage Story. Again, haven't seen it. Like I've heard very much rumblings about these though.
And if what you say is true, Irishman is probably the worst on the Best Picture.
Which I'm gonna say it though. I think I said at the time, I don't think it's objectively a bad film. I just think it has bad parts and it's too long. And the question always becomes with these awards, right? There are certain directors you know are going to be nominated. Look, and Scorsese is one of those directors.
Yeah.
It's like if I have a Steven Spielberg movie. He's going to be up here. I'm sorry, Spielberg's going to be up here.
Okay, supporting actress.
Nope,
so far she's not on here.
No, then Best Director is the thing. Because Best Director is Scorsese, Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, and I'm going to botch your name. I'm going to say Bon Joon-ho.
Yeah, I think it's Bon Joon-ho.
I wasn't sure if it's Jan or John. Okay.
As far as I know, Korean J's are J's.
Okay. And I'm going to say it. Of the Best Director, it's either Joker or 1917.
Like, okay, Issa Rae is mad that Greta Gerwig or whoever directed Marriage Story didn't get on this list. They would have been the 5th of 5.
They would have dropped Irishman and put one of them. That's what would have happened. And again, going back to it is, I may have problems with Irishman, but the way that film is filmed, and there's some parts where I go, it being in Best Director, I don't think is as offensive. I don't think it should win, but I don't think it being up here is absurdly offensive.
Yeah. We'll talk about 1917 because that was our new movie.
Otherwise,
actress.
Best Actor. We need to talk about Best Actor. Antonio Banderas, Leonardo DiCaprio, Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix. Like, what the hell is this list?
You're just gonna skip over Best Actress?
Okay, yeah. No, I need to talk about the one we need to talk about is Best Supporting Actor. Because Tom Hanks, Anthony Hopkins, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and Brad Pitt. If I told you a couple years ago they'd be up for Supporting Actor, not Best Actor, just in general, and this would be the group. This is a main actor group normally.
Yeah, whoever wins this award should host a party because they all deserve it.
And also in general, these aren't supporting actors traditionally. They are they are the frontmans.
Also, who would have been the main actor in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood?
Tom Hanks.
Then why is he under supporting actor?
I didn't even cross that.
Like, I'm genuinely confused.
Also, I'm gonna say it. If Tom Hanks wins this award, I'm gonna start a riot. Like the answer in this award is Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Because he's literally playing a supporting actor.
But in general, okay? I know there's you people who grew up with Mr. Rogers, but just because Tom Hanks made you cry because you're a child does not mean he was Best Actor. Like, he...
Right.
This was... If the list of his films, he is not.
Also, Scarlett Johansson's up for actress and supporting actress.
Please tell me it's different films. Oh, it is.
Could you, in theory, like...
You could win both.
There's no way they do it, but has there ever been somebody that's won Best and Supporting in a year?
No, but she could. Looking at this list, she could.
Like, Kathy Bates is pretty good. Laura Dern is... Don't even get me started.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Scarlett Johansson, Florence...
Pooh?
Who?
We're gonna poo.
Margot Robbie for supporting, and then she's up against Cynthia Erivo, Saoirse Ronan, Charlize Theron, and Renee Zellweger. Like, Best, she has much lower chance.
I was gonna say, so my issue with supporting, if you look at it too, is... Well, I just lost it. I was looking at it. She's inherently gonna face Laura Dern in Marriage Story, and Bombshell with Margot Robbie is gonna be another one I think is gonna be a challenge for her to beat.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's Hollywood, and all of them hate Fox News, so I really wonder if it's gonna get a push because of that.
Also, I think that's the reason Brad Pitt will win Best Supporting. Because nobody loves stuff about themselves more than people in Hollywood.
That's true.
Like, I imagine most of the voters in the Academy have videos of themselves having sex with some 13-year-old on Epstein's plane, and they jerk off to that every night, so...
Which we all agree was the best line in what's his face in
Ricky Gervais's
well, he
opening.
had two great lines. One was the Epstein comment of he didn't kill himself, and he went, "I'm sorry, he was your friend, I get it." And the other one was the Weinstein one of Weinstein goes, "Hey, I didn't work for the man, you did, so don't yell at me." Which is beautiful.
Original screenplay. I think this is where, like, if Parasite doesn't win
this one's
picture...
tough, because I'm going to say it and we'll get to it in a bit. The original screenplay, 1917, does not deserve to win.
No.
Because we're going to talk about the film.
It's a really cool idea.
But it's not the story we care about, fundamentally. At least not the dialogue or whatever.
Yeah. Like, the story behind the screenplay is really cool.
I also have a question.
But that's it.
Adopted screenplay? What is Joker adopted from? Is it just because it was a comics that Joker existed in?
I'm guessing. Like,
because that's such a weird... Because it's like this story of Joker does not exist. That's why I find it weird. It's not like there was a Joker book they base it off of fully.
I think that's more of like it's a character that's already been established.
Like, at least the Irishman, there's probably a book he based it off of or whatever. I could see that.
Yeah, it's based on a book. I think it's called The Irish.
Right, but Joker, I'm like, there isn't that Joker.
No.
God.
Animated, who cares?
We appreciate animated. There's only one Pixar film on this. Like, this is a category for once that Pixar might not win.
Hey, guess what? Who cares? International feature film.
No one cares. Documentary.
Actually, I want to see Parasite win this.
Really?
Because, again, if they don't win picture, this is the category. This and original screenplay are the ones they're going to dominate in.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling, though, if Parasite wins feature film for international, there's a very good chance it wins Best Picture.
I can see that. So there's one I want to jump to. It's a bit down. It's film editing. And I feel like we're going to both agree this is where Ford vs. Ferrari has a shot of winning.
Makeup and hairstyle, Bombshell, Joker, Judy, and Maleficent.
It's a bit after that.
VFX, cinematography. Cinematography, Deakins deserves all the awards.
Yeah, but film editing...
He's the one behind.
Film editing, I think Ford vs. Ferrari is the best edited film. And especially...
Yes, because apparently if you can cut in half an hour out of Irishman.
Also, Irishman... So look at this list, right? So Joker's another great edited film, but I think because Ford vs Ferrari, just because part of what's impressive about Ford vs Ferrari is, if you ask anyone, the cars feel correct, which in film is really hard to do. Like it is like all inherently, because you know the feeling, it's harder to portray it correctly.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's impressive of the film, of how they weave that in really well.
It handles the speed very well.
Which again, very hard to actually do in a film. Like inherently, cause you don't have the actual feeling, so you're going to lose something in translation.
I think that honestly should be more cinematography than editing, but
but it's not
another one where we should both see Parasite.
Yeah.
Before the awards, which won't happen.
Original score I find pretty funny. Original score. So, 1917, we'll get to it. The song was a lot more disappointing in the film than it was in the trailer.
Which song?
The song, when they're in the circle, and it's this trailer song.
Oh.
In the trailer, it's a moment. In the movie, it's a moment, but, it lacked an
I mean, if you know the background of what they were doing, there's a huge emotional impact for that scene. Sound editing. 1917 deserved better.
Yeah,
It may have been because I saw it in a, quote, regular theater. Like, if I had seen it in IMAX, maybe that pulls through.
This to me comes down to I think Ford vs Ferrari. Can we talk about that one, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I think this could be an award for it, and I think it would be justified.
I mean, editing and mixing tend to go hand in hand, so whoever wins that will win mixing.
Except there's a lot of different people, like Ad Astra's under mixing.
Yeah, well, it's...
And they just swap Star Wars for it.
Yeah.
You swap the one sci-fi for the other. Yeah, because it's really hard to say you edited it well but didn't mix it. It's possible, but it's very hard.
Yeah.
Costume design, I think... So this is I think this one's a tough one. No one cares about it. But it's a tougher one just because looking at that list. That costume's... I think Joker's the weakest costume.
That or Once Upon a Time. Here's the problem you have. Joker and Once Upon a Time have the same problem in which it's a lot of just everyday.
Right, but the Once Upon a Time, I think, when you get the shots in Hollywood or on sets, get the time right, though, and that's why I'm more accepting of it. Because there's a moment and a time where Joker to me just feels like poor area in bad city.
Yeah.
And then the other note, as we have here, Oscars again without a host, which...
Yeah, I love how this is just like a feed of Oscars stuff. Yeah. And so the next story down is, they'll be without a host. Of course they will.
Which is kind of sad.
Huge entertainment value, big musical numbers, big comedy, and star power. Oh boy.
Which hear me out. What?
There will be no traditional host.
Which means... You're going to do that interstitial people might be there in a minute longer than normal.
Burke noted that the nominees will carry the show. Oh boy.
Oh boy, that's what I was thinking.
We expect that we're going to have a very commercial set of nominations, and a lot of incredible elements have come together that make us think we're going to have a very entertaining show again.
Do you think they're going to?
So just say, hey, we don't have a host because...
Controversy.
Because controversy,
So, I want to say... So, the other note here is they moved it up a bit, which I'm not sure...
They moved it up 2 weeks?
Yeah,
3 weeks.
Which I'm not sure why.
Well, I mean... Obviously, it's because... If you think about what happens in... early February... it's the Super Bowl.
Right.
Which is generally the most watched thing in TV.
But this is the weekend after the Super Bowl.
Right. So you keep people, thinking about it.
Yeah, and then what, you ruin an ad during the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I guess that's possible. It just feels weird. But yeah, so these are our nominees. Best, I think, I still stick with. I think this is a really strong Best Picture and Best Director year. And
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I think this also, like, a part of me wants Joker to win Best Picture so we could finally have the superhero-esque film that gets it.
Also, just to see, like, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix were made for each other. So to see them get up on stage together, especially after Joaquin already dropped, 2 F-bombs in his Golden Globes?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if I said a couple years ago that, like, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix, we would talk about honestly being up for Best Director, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
And we're not even like they've always made fine films, but, like, these films are a different caliber.
Yes.
Like
Very much.
Thor Ragnarok fundamentally changed Watiki's film career, and I bet you Joker is going to do the same for Todd Phillips.
Yeah.
Because as we talked about, I looked it up. Joker is now the most successful on a percentage of budget basis film in history. It's crossed $1 billion, and it costed $50 million to make. So even with marketing, we're talking about 120, 130 million max.
Yeah.
Like, it's absurd.
And I know I said, you and I were texting back and forth, and I said Blair Witch. The thing that would be interesting is, okay, let's take the numbers for Blair Witch and put them today.
Right.
Because would inflation increase that?
But it wouldn't increase it that much.
More?
I think I did the math, because I think it was 2,000. Which it should be like, we'll say nicely it's like 1.4 times the math, which is still not even close.
Historical movie. Well, the thing of it is, like, movie ticket prices are much different.
But yes,
than inflation.
But, like, did you see Joker's going back in the theaters again? It's like Joker's been in the theaters now for 3 runs.
So in 2000, the average, which let me make sure that's when Blair Witch was. It was right. They made one that was just called Blair Witch in 2016. I want it to be 1999. Okay.
Okay.
So 506
for budget
is the average. Well, no, is the average ticket price. So $5.06.
And what's it probably now? 8 something.
In 2018, it was $9.
Okay.
So it was $9.11 versus $5.06.
So we'll say 1.8 times, roughly. Roughly, I'm eyeballing that math.
Yeah. So then you have to go and look at. You do the quick math of, okay, what was Blair Witch box office, divide it by 506, that gets you the number of tickets, multiply that by 911.
Oh, we could also just figure out the money it made and just do times 1.8 and you get roughly the same idea. But we also have to account for it. What's weird about that is obviously less people go to films now too, so like it probably would actually be a hair less. You know, ticket prices are up.
I would say there are more people. More people are going than would have gone.
I thought my understanding was that what's happening is people are dropping, but we're just increasing ticket prices at a faster rate than they're dropping. So that every year, basically, the volume is going down. That's why we've been refactoring theaters a lot of times to handle less people, but they spend more money.
And we want Blair Witch Project. Alright, let's see. It was a $60,000 movie.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It grossed domestically $140 million.
Did it really gross? Okay, never mind. That's more successful than Joker. But Jesus Christ, I forgot it was like 60 grand.
Yeah.
Like, absurd.
So now let's pull up a calculator. 140.5 divided by 50. What did I say? 506.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So then we'll take that.
I assume that's how you're getting your
multiply
volume of people from.
11. So in today's money, it would have made $253 million,
Which is
what it made worldwide
that's funny.
in '99.
And also, we have to account for, obviously, the reason Blair Witch is very important was we wouldn't have modern horror films without it. It redefined that genre.
So 253, 156, divided by, let's see, 60, 1, 2, 3. Do you know what the rate of inflation
Between now and then.
between 99 and
I'm thinking it's
22?
1.4, so I would use that as your multiplier. I'm basing it off video games, and I'm adding a little bit more, so that's how I'm eyeballing that. Because I know $48 to $60 is roughly the 2006 marker, so I'm just kind of making it worse and adding 4 if that was off.
So Blair Witch made 3,000%.
Jesus. And Joker's probably closer to...
So what did you say it was? $1 billion?
I'm gonna say a bill and say 50 mil. That would be the numbers I'd chuck for Joker. Because it accounts for if I'm off on either side. It might be up from Bill, but Joker's at least... I know Joker is a bill. I just don't know how high.
That's only 20%.
That's fucking absurd.
Well, okay, so here's the problem. I'm doing box office divided by expense.
Right. I got it. So
Which
Joker
gets you
was
a
1
percentage.
billion and then 60 million. So yeah, it's not even 1.1 bill yet. Oh, and it was
Okay, so
55
hold on.
mil as its budget, but yeah. Its opening
55?
weekend was 96 million. Yeah, it popped its budget.
Divided by what was the box office?
1.06.
So I guess it was a 5.2 percentage of the.
So 520 percentage, or technically.
So this is the percentage of the box office that the budget was.
Okay.
Was 5.2%. So if we go off of.
Joker is still in
we'll go
85
worldwide,
theaters
248.
worldwide right now.
Oh shit, I did that wrong. 60,000 divided by 248, 639,0. Blair Witch. What? Okay, hold on. Let me multiply that by 100 to make that a percentage. Blair Witch, compared to its box office, its budget was 0.02%.
Okay.
So
it's still better.
it's incredibly better. Yes. Yeah, you texted me that, and I'm like, Blair Witch, dude. Like,
Okay, but the whole point is
I don't think anybody's gonna break that.
still absurdly successful. Joker is for sure the most successful this year.
Yes.
Or last year, whatever the hell you were saying. But it for sure
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I think it's now time. Do you want to take a pee break or anything, or you want us to jump into the movies?
Let's take a 3-minute break,
Okay, sounds good. We'll be right back.
and we will jump into 1917 and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. All right, we're back, everyone. Did you have a good pee?
I did. Thanks for asking. So when you go there, you take it all out, right? And you just that feeling like when you have to go and then you release it, and it just feels great.
That's exactly how I felt.
Okay, so before we go to 1917, because do you want to talk about? I assume we'll talk about that one first. Do you want to do Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
You know what? Let's go with the old movie first. Normally we do the new movie first, but let's go old first.
Okay. So we saw Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. What I text you? I said, "Is this the prequel to Kingsman?"
To Kingsman.
And your response was, "Which movie?"
Well, you just out of the blue, is this the prequel to Kingsman? I'm like, what are you talking about?
That'd be the best text. You're like, "What the hell is he on?" It was the joke because that was when I just started seeing the entire cast from Kingsman slowly appearing on screen, and I was like, "Am I in the right movie?"
Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I thought you were talking about like the idea of Kingsman being this crazy spy agency, and Tinker Tailor is like not necessarily super spies, but
Tinker Tailor is a Cold War thriller.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I knew you'd appreciate when you got it. It was. What was the thing I also said to you? It's a very you movie. Like I saw it, I was like, "This is an AJS movie."
Yeah.
The unique characters, all of them damn Brits. The betrayal, and a lot of subtitle usage.
Yeah.
So when did you first see Mr. Soldier Spy?
I think it came out in 2011. I probably saw it in 2012 or 2013.
Okay. Because I was thinking this when I was watching the movie. Like back then, the people who we define as big now weren't these big actors. Like Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't this major actor at the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, he does not look good with the red hair.
I think he looks different.
Say it. I don't like it. Not one bit. It's a little much for me. I think my problem with the film is, I think it's one of those films that you can't half watch. You have to follow it.
Oh yeah.
If you for some reason blank for 30 seconds, you just don't understand what's happening for 10 minutes.
I know. So I started watching the movie when I was at work because I had some downtime. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to finish it when I get home. And then go to bed like I normally do. Because I normally, for me, because I work 3 in the afternoon to 1 in the morning, I'll get home, chill for a half hour, 45 minutes, and then go to bed. I'm not somebody that, work is the middle of my day. Normally it's either the beginning or end of my day.
Right.
So I started watching it, stopped it, got home, resumed it, and for whatever reason, I was laying in my bed watching it. I was nearly falling asleep. And I caught myself, it was the end of the movie, and I caught myself, dozing. I'm like, no, I cannot fall asleep.
This is not a movie for that. This is not a movie. Also, because all the scenes look the same, trying to figure out where you're at would probably be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It'd be impossible.
Wait,
it takes place in 4 buildings.
Are we in Hungary? Are we in Russia? Are we in...
Because all of Europe looks the same, apparently.
I mean, short of,
you can have...
Istanbul and Budapest. It takes place in London, and that's it.
Right, but also it's because it is in such a small amount of things too. You're I have no clue. One of the issues I have with this film, which is a very me problem, is walking out of this film, I could not have told you what any of the characters' names were.
No, and that's I can tell you. Oh shit! What's the guy's name? Gary Oldman. His character's name was Smiley.
But that's the only name I feel like I heard mentioned more than once, and his was mentioned every scene.
Yeah.
Everyone else, at some point they mentioned their name, but that's it.
Yeah, well, and then there was Control,
Yeah, yeah. Was that strong?
No. No, because Control was like the guy that everybody got their orders from. I don't think
Okay.
they ever show him on screen, or if they do, it's like a behind,
Right, which I think so. Like, I think this film's really pretty, but like, I think this is talking about my story issue with this film is it's more of a journey than a story I can logically explain really well.
Yeah.
It's a journey that in the moment I understand probably, but after the fact I can't.
Yeah.
It
I mean, like,
also
the thing of it, too, is, like, Tinker Tailor is a movie about, like, first off, the name alone makes it super, like, it's hard to forget this movie.
right,
You
right.
may forget, like, a few of the words in the title, but you're like, oh, it's this weird title. And, like, the title doesn't. A lot of titles normally make sense.
Mm-hmm.
The title for this movie doesn't make sense until you're a good 80% into the movie.
Yep.
And they introduce the idea of the Tinker, the Tailor, the Soldier, and the Spy.
Which is funny because he literally said that. It wasn't even like a subtle. It
Yeah.
was literally like, it was like when he said that I was like, I feel like you just said that because you had to get it in there.
I mean, they did and they didn't. Like, from all accounts, that's what they. Because Tinker Tailor's based on a time. Not, I think it's a book that was more of like a memoir than anything. So they were calling these people these names. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, then I assume you really like this film.
Yeah, it's I can't remember if I texted you or not, but like this is a movie that I love to watch, but I would not recommend to 90% of the people.
Yeah, you did text me that because it was such a very great line on that. It you know what it reminds me of? This is the film you would show in film class.
Yeah.
Like that's what this film is. It's those people would understand it, or care about it, or care about the process. The rest of the world would be like, so what happened?
Yeah.
It's the same way I think in 20 years, Joker will be a good film class film.
Yeah.
And we all know, it's funny, we've both gone through enough classes to know there are those films that are forever be film class films.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like North by Northwest, I think is a great old film class film.
Yeah, we never watched that.
You never watched North by Northwest?
Mm-mm.
It's the old, like, it's like, I think it's 50s or 60s
I mean, I've
film.
seen it, but we didn't watch it in film class.
Oh, we totally did. I forgot what era we were talking about, but it made sense. But yeah, so the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I would say most star-studded cast, a film we've seen in a while, but then we get to 1917. And we see the same cast again.
Yeah.
So 1917, as we go into it, I've got to say, so AJ, I did the thing that you're going to be really disappointed in me. So you know how a lot of theaters, be in the year, they have the big bucket of popcorn you could get?
Mm-hmm.
I might have bought it.
I was thinking about it today.
So it was $20, okay? And then it's $3 refills. But the catch that threw me over the head was, when I bought it, it came with a large drink and a candy of my choice. So that was $20 right there.
Yeah.
So now I have a giant ass bucket on my top of my fridge. And I mean, like, fucking I could go swimming in this bucket. It's literally a couple gallons.
Mm-hmm. I like the one that I can get at the the main chain I like to go to here. It's 40 for the bucket, but it's free refills for a year.
Ooh, see, mine's not free. Mine is like $3. The 40 and the free would get me to do it, even though you're probably actually spending more. I'd probably mentally be more okay with the free.
Well, and it's also like, okay, if you think about it, like if I go just by myself, the bucket will last me more than enough.
Right,
If I go with somebody else, it should last us enough. But like if I go with the rest of my family and there's 4 people, like we're gonna refill it once. Okay, so instead of spending $11 on another large popcorn, so we've saved that.
You don't get free refills in your chain? Well, that's offensive.
Well, no, like we would have to buy another
Oh, okay.
popcorn. So it saves us that money. And then, so if we see 2 movies, that's already saved me the $20 that it's more than yours.
Well, that's fair. Mine's like $3 refills. I ran the math. I think a large bucket for me is like $9. So like it's still, as long as I see like, I think it was like 4 films a year, and I'm like, I see that. We're good. If I do it, I probably see close to like a dozen to 15 films a year, because I probably see what we see and then a couple more.
Yeah.
But yeah. So 1917. This is one of those films that I'm gonna say it's not a film, it's a journey.
Yes.
Because, so, they do some very, I think, ballsy decisions in the film. So obviously the one that was talking about is when they have the friend die, like halfway through the film. I did not expect that.
No, I figured if anything,
I thought he would die, but it would not be.
No, if anything, I figured the pudgy guy would survive, and the wiry one would
die,
get killed in a trench or something like that.
And it'd be the pudgy one's fault.
Yeah.
I think that was, so I think the thing I actually want to talk about first, besides that is, so I sent you a text when I said the one shot. Do you know what shot I was referring to?
I don't, because I'm curious to hear what you say.
So the shot I really find, like from a cinematography point of view, and this is why even I think when it's up for the best cinematography or film editing, it's in the discussion, is towards the end of the film when he's running to get to Benjamin Cumberbatch and everyone's running out of the trenches. What I really like about that shot is the camera moves the speed he must go to do this on time, whether he is or is not moving that speed, if you watch it.
Yeah.
And that's what I found really interesting was they were using the camera as the tool to show the speed he must move.
Yeah. I mean, like, that shot alone is a shot where it's like, okay, this is a one-shot movie, or supposed to look like a one-shot, even though it's technically
it's
a
really
2.
not.
Like, if you want to go, okay, like, here's where the one-shot ends, and then here's where it picks up.
But, like, in essence, if we call Birdman a one-shot film, this is a one-shot film.
Yeah. I mean, this is much more of a one-shot than Birdman, but...
But, like, Birdman we identified as one, so for sure this identifies as one. But yeah, I think the reason is, I think that describes also to me, when this film is beautiful, like, that described it perfectly, of the amount of chaos. And you see how small he's getting when he was losing it, and just having to catch up.
Yeah.
I also, really like the whole, like, when he first meets Mark Strong and that whole squadron of people.
Well, and that's such a, like, it's such an emotionally charged scene.
Right.
And then suddenly there's just people back there, and they don't acknowledge him at first. And I'm like, oh shit, this is where the movie ends.
Wait, it's that, or in my head, it's when they gave the moment of hope leading to the next scene. In my head, I was like, this is where the film has to make its decision. And I think it went with the correct decision, because the cheap decision would be, oh great, let's get you to the end of the film, we did it. You happened to luck into the end, and you saved everyone.
Yeah.
Instead, you get the hope, and it rips it out from under you.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just cross this bridge into the town, and then from there
We'll be good.
And then he makes the jump, bam, shot.
Right, when he was shot, I was like, when you started being shot at, I was like,
yeah.
Oh no, there's someone in this town.
Yeah.
Not only that, but then when he does the shootout.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm very curious. What do you think bugged me the most in 1917?
When it blacked him out for 6 hours, and some reason he woke
Nope.
up. Well, I assume that bugged the shit out of you, because it did me.
No.
Well,
it didn't bug me out as much as what I'm thinking of.
Did it have to do with the drunk guy?
No.
Oh, okay, because I thought it was funny. I'm not sure then.
What is John Wick and surprisingly Deadpool very good at?
Action?
No. Well, yes, but...
Comedic action?
No.
What?
Realistic action. In the sense that when they shoot a gun, it's realistic.
So you don't like how he's being chased out with the guy with the gun?
Oh, no, that actually
bullets?
happened. Like, those rifles would be incredibly inaccurate. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
So, you clearly see him take a 5-round clip.
Right.
Which is the only time you ever use the term clip in a gun. Were the stripper clips, because they were an actual, like, clip that you slid onto the end of the cartridge to hold them together.
Right.
You clearly see him take 5, which is what they came in.
Okay, so 5.
Put it down into the gun, and then close the bolt. So there's 5 rounds in the gun.
What's the problem?
He shot 8 times. He shot the German twice, and then he shot 6 at the sniper.
So, the German. I assume you mean the German that killed his friend?
The pilot, yeah.
So my problem with that scene is, obviously it's the emotional charged scene, but like when it's happening, you're like, it's such the obvious thing to pull. I didn't expect him to die, and I think that's what makes it shocking. But I thought he'd just be injured the rest of the film.
No, honestly, like, I thought, okay, this is going to be a scene where, like, they get this guy to flip, like, he's thankful, but then they have to make a decision, like, do we let this guy go back? Like, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Oh, see, the moment I thought, when he started helping him, I was like, he's going to get shot or stabbed or something. I just thought the outcome would not be his death.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking it was going to be a death for either of the two guys. I was thinking...
I thought there would be a repercussion of him helping him. I just didn't think death would be said repercussion.
Yeah. Well, my thinking was, okay, they're going to help this guy and it's going to bite him in the ass. Like this...
Well, that'd be like weird if you bit him in the ass.
You know what I mean? Like, this German knows, like, where the troops are, so he's going to go there.
Or, better yet, he'll trick him to be there and there'll be a trap.
Yeah. So I figured that would, them helping the pilot is going to directly lead to the end of this film, because they're both going to die in, ambush or something like that. Not, oh, we're going to kill off McPudgerson. I don't even know if they said his name.
They
say his last name, but they never say his first name.
That's true. Okay. Oh yeah, because it's the military, but it just says last name.
Because the other guy is William Schofield, who.
Because they said, "Is your brother or whatever?"
Yeah.
Or his brother probably said his name at the end of the film, like, "Is blank with you?" And I doubt he'd refer to him at last name because it's his brother.
That's why it's super confusing. William Schofield used to be a judge. For the First Circuit. He died in 1912, so it's definitely not the
same one,
but William Schofield, 1917. Let's see. Tom Blake. I know it's Blake.
Yeah, I knew it was Blake.
Let's see. I couldn't look at that image. Okay, so I was gonna say, I know the story of this, of 1917, is a story that Sam Mendes' grandfather told him.
Or a good chunk of it. Yeah, I remember because at the end they made a point of saying that in the credits.
So his grandfather told him. His grandfather carried a message across no man's land alone at dusk. Mm-hmm. So that's the story that he based 1917 on. Mm-hmm. So the characters are fictional, but the like what happened is a mix.
It's some capacity of real, yeah. So at the end of the day, what I stick with, I think, when I started with this talk about this film is, I think it's a film that you should see. But it is one of those films I always describe as a journey versus like a film or a story, because it's the events that happen or the way they show them that matter, not the story behind the film.
Yeah.
Also, I think it was a good way to start a year. It's already a better year than last year. Hopefully, if it stays this good.
Yeah, and if the movies that I had trailers for are any tell, we're in for a good year.
Which I only had like 3 trailers, which I found weird.
I had Tenet, I had The Invisible Man, and I had
Invisible Man, which, for the record, The Invisible Man, I just in my head just pretend it's a sequel to The Quiet Man the entire time. Can you imagine a video game where you are the Invisible Man?
Well, so I'm like, okay. The first thing I saw was the Blumhouse logo. I'm like, this is gonna be some stupid horror thriller, like all their movies are.
Which its idea is fine. It just doesn't look good to me.
No.
Its idea, I think, on paper, actually is a cool idea.
And then I had a trailer for a Mackenzie Davis horror movie.
I had a trailer for No Time to Die.
Oh, and I had that.
Which, I'm going to say it, looks like a good Bond to me.
Yes.
Not excited about who they announced, who's singing it, though.
Oh, Billie Eilish.
Not excited about that one.
It could be interesting. I mean, think about it. Like, they had Chris Cornell do a Bond theme.
Which, best Bond theme?
Not a traditional artist. Sam Smith and Adele are much more of the traditional.
Which everyone loves the Skyfall scene.
Yeah.
When she goes, Skyfall... Like, everyone knows that one. No one can tell me the Spectre one. Like, don't even pretend.
It was, well, it wasn't, like, obviously Skyfalls was Skyfall, but...
They couldn't go, Spectre... Like, they couldn't do that. It was something much more artsy, and it wasn't as on the nose.
It was Writings on the Wall.
Right, okay.
And I was like, I know the lyric Writings on the Wall. I couldn't remember if that was the title or not. But yeah, I mean, those two are very good. I think still the best Bond theme is the one that nobody thought would be any good, and that's the Chris Cornell one.
Because Chris Cornell is the best Bond theme.
Chris Cornell is just an artist.
I'm just going to say it too. I appreciate how, like, we talk about how this is going to be Daniel Craig's 5th Bond, but no one talks about Quantum of Solace because no one should be talking about Quantum of Solace.
I just recently watched that because I had a scene in it that I was trying to remember which movie it was in.
Which, his weakest Bond, and one of the weakest Bonds.
I don't know, dude. There's some pretty weak Bonds.
Yeah, but Quantum of Solace is pretty bad.
I mean,
Especially coming off of Casino Royale and then going into Skyfall.
Context-wise,
how
yes.
the hell? In context, how did they go with the two things surrounding it and you end up with Quantum of Solace?
Yeah, I guess
Like,
context-wise
it's not like
it's weak, but in terms of like overall bond, it's not a terrible movie.
Because we've been over this. I still make the argument Daniel Craig is the most consistently good Bond.
I think he's the most consistent actor that's ever played Bond, too.
That's true, but in general, I'm saying, if just based upon Bond films, he is the most consistent quality bar.
Yeah.
Because he is one Bond, 1 to 2 weak Bonds, depending who you ask. Which is better odds than most people.
Well, I mean, he also has a larger sample size, I think is the thing. Like,
right, but I still think, though, but his highs are absurd. When your high is Casino Royale and Skyfall, arguably two of the best Bond films.
yeah.
Maybe not in that order, but like, they're in that list. You don't make a top 10 Bond film without those two Bonds.
No. Well, one would be high and one would be low.
Okay, but this point is, though, they're on that list.
Yeah.
And it's not even like you have to debate it. They're on that list. That's where you start the list at. But yeah. Okay, so, end of the day. 1917, do you recommend?
Absolutely.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, do you recommend?
I want to, but no.
Do you recommend it to a film class near you?
Yes.
Okay. I think I agree with you on that. I think Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which is funny because I'm the Talking Heads film person, was not my cup of tea, and I think a lot of it was so dense that there wasn't like this moment to breathe and be like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
Because I'm okay with dense films. Like, Joker's a dense film, but it gave me scenes where I could be like, okay, what's happening?
Also, Tinker Tailor's only like an hour and 40.
Yeah. Which it does not feel that way.
1917 is only 2 hours. The blackout comes just over... No. Yeah, the blackout's like, just over an hour in.
Which when I looked at my watch, I think around that when that happened, and I was like, are you fucking telling me there's an hour left?
I know. I literally did that. Like, the screen goes black. I look at my watch and go, all right, the movie started at roughly 1:15. It's 2:20.
Like, how?
Like, I know this is a 2-hour movie. Where did the time go?
Like, also, what the hell? Yeah, because he dies like a half hour in that film.
Yeah, basically.
Also, they don't ever come back to his hand being bloodied, which is weird to me.
Well, he wraps it up. Like,
right, but like, also that was disgusting when his cut hand goes into the dead person's body.
Yeah.
I was hoping like a maggot would crawl out in that scene.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, right? Like, you're not going to do much because the film takes place over the course of a day.
Yeah. Or 2, I think. Or was it like 36 hours?
We'll say 24 hours. It starts in the morning and then it ends in the morning.
It's a really short time period.
So, in that time, his hand was, bandaged for roughly a day, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going to happen in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I also, appreciated the whole, when they get to the front of the line and they had a bet of what day of the week it was.
That was pretty funny.
Crap, I thought it was Tuesday. It's better than Jim here. He thought it was Thursday, whatever they said. It was like such.
No, he goes. Like, he goes. We have a bet. What day of the week it is? It's Friday, sir. This dumb shit thought it was Tuesday or something like that. Well, he goes. None of us were right.
But this
dumb shit thought it was Tuesday.
Like, I get this thing of like, well, none of us are right, but I'm gonna extra insult the dumb shit.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, so yeah, that is Movie Club for January 2020. We will be back in a couple weeks with our new episode of the SWW show, and I think I feel like this is going to be interesting, though, because I feel like the first half of the year, it's going to be really hard for us to pick our films, or really easy, pending the month.
Yeah, also we're going to get into some reschedule stuff, because I'm gone in March for a week.
Yeah, no, we're about to get some real weird scheduling stuff. We haven't talked yet. I'm going to have a really fun February, too, because I'm, like, moving and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're about to both have some really fun scheduling stuff. We'll figure out.
So the next 3 or 4 episodes are going to be weird. That being said, Mike, I'm going to throw something on you right now that you don't know about. That we're going to be doing for this year.
We're going to be doing? Okay. What are we doing?
Starting in... Hold on, I just need to pull up the schedule.
Are we doing the thing with, like, box office?
No. Calendar. There we go. Come on. Come on, Google. You can do it.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
It's like when you win a prize at school and they're like, it's a sticker, and you go, oh.
That's reveals testing. Okay. So, we won't have one in February, but we will have one in March. If I look at the calendar for March...
This is like some foreign film nonsense.
We might have one up the 20th, and then the 27th.
What are we having up?
Mike, you and I are going to watch Formula 1 together.
What?
Yep.
What? What does that mean?
You and I are going to talk about Formula 1, you being a literal noob you've never seen a race.
I have probably growing up seen a race at some point when I had watched racing, but it's nothing where I was consciously watching it. I've never consciously sat down to watch racing.
And you are going to be watching the longest season ever.
Holy shit.
There are 22 races.
Are they every week?
No. So, like, there's back-to-backs in March, and then it's a week off.
But is it always, like, a Saturday or
it's a
Sunday or whatever?
It's always on Sundays.
Jesus, have you thought of a name yet for this show?
Oh, we'll just do a segment, and...
Okay. I was real hoping that you're like, it is Formula 1 Fridays, and we go like, boom, boom, and it goes...
No.
Holy shit.
No, so... Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me on how to watch them and all that fun stuff when it comes to...
Yeah, they're on ESPN 2. So, you should be fine.
So, how long is a race?
Roughly an hour and a half. They have a time limit at 2 hours.
So I could in theory go to my, like, workout room and just run while I'm watching it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're usually at, like... Well... The first 4 races are going to be weird because it's Australia, Bahrain, Vietnam, China. So time-wise, they're all in like the middle of the night.
Jesus
but then
Christ.
5, 6, 7 are all in Europe. So those are like 7.
12 hours.
They're like 7 or 8 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I guess West of Europe. Yeah, it's weird.
Then it's Baku, so that's like. That's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Then it's Canada, which I've actually been to that race. I went there last year. And then it's Europe, Hungary, Europe, Singapore, Russia, Japan, US, Mexico, Brazil, Dubai. So, yeah. In terms of times, like, there's very few where the beginning's a little rough, but that's also because it starts in March. Like, so they have to go... Southern Hemisphere or the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever looked at a map, but there's not a lot in the Southern Hemisphere.
There's Australia.
That's pretty much it. There's Africa and South America, and that's it.
Is New Zealand?
New Zealand doesn't have a race. There have been Kiwi drivers, probably the most famous of which is Bruce McLaren.
Okay, I've heard that name before. I know that name.
Probably because he was in Ford vs. Ferrari.
Who was he in Ford vs.
He's
Ferrari?
the guy that wins.
Oh, shit, I would know.
He is also the McLaren behind McLaren Car Company.
Which I think I actually know him in that context. I did not realize that was that context. It's the same way I've heard of Carroll Shelby before the film. Like,
Yeah.
there are certain people that just are beyond...
So, before the first episode, which will be the Australian GP, because the March, I'll be back the Friday before the race, so we won't have a chance to do, unless we do one super early, or super late in February. Won't have a chance to talk before that about it, but we will go over who Mike should watch as a team, and then
Is America there? Is America in
okay, do you just want to do it now?
We're already long. Do you want to wait?
We'll just do it now. There's only 10 teams.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want a team that's currently dominant?
Well, so it's like me watching it'd be like me watching the Patriots?
Yeah.
Can you give me a Chicago Bears equivalent? So, like, everyone hates them, but, like, they're atrocious, but, like, people who live there just have to like them?
A team that's was good.
So, like, yeah, so they were good. They give you hope, like, every 10 years, and they crumble it beneath you.
I mean, that's Ferrari. Like,
oh, my people! Ooh!
I mean, like...
Enzo Ferrari, my people.
I guess that's more of, like, a McLaren or a Renault, maybe? Like, is specifically what you're describing? Of a team that was very good for a stretch and hasn't been good lately. That's Renault to a T.
As in Nevada?
Renault. Not Reno. Renault. So that's either Renault or Williams to a T.
Is that a car company?
Renault is Williams is the team that Frank Williams started.
Because I assume most of these are tied to a car brand.
Yes.
Like Ferrari obviously
Yep.
is a brand. I just assume they're always brands.
Yep. So you've got... We'll go... Okay, so perennial winners. Perennial contenders. The good mid-pack. The bad mid-pack. The back markers. So you have 6 categories.
Let's go with the perennial contenders.
Okay, so that's going to be your Ferrari, your Red Bull, your McLaren now.
So what are your other brand options if Red Bull's a brand option?
Okay, so here's the weird thing.
Okay.
F1,
walk me through
in
it.
terms of, like, F1 has nothing to do with cars. So, like, the fact that Ferrari, Renault, McLaren, Mercedes,
It's just a
Alfa
coincidence.
Romeo, our teams are just, like, they're just motorsports divisions of the brand. Like, Renault makes little shitty French cars. Like, Mercedes makes everything. Alfa Romeo makes Italian sports cars. McLaren... I guess McLaren and Ferrari are the closest of, like...
Because
F1 side.
McLaren and Ferrari are like names.
Yeah.
Does Rolls-Royce make a car?
Rolls-Royce?
Mm-hmm.
No. I guess the closest you would get is McLaren. Like, a British car company.
I'm gonna go with Ferrari for my answer.
Okay. So, you have 2 drivers. Each team has 2 drivers, so there's 20 drivers on the grid. Ferrari, you have a young gun that appears to be, if not the next champion in line, fighting with that guy. And then you have a 4-time world champion who's kind of dying.
Can I go with the young gun?
Yep. So your driver will be Charles Leclerc, if you want to go by the English pronunciation.
Charles Leclerc?
Charles Leclerc is his name.
Charles Leclerc. I like it.
He is from Monaco. He was born and raised in Monaco. He was born in 97.
Oh, so he's real young.
Yes. He is very good. incredibly fast.
I've been told that by many people.
And he has a very interesting history. So his godfather was another Monegasque driver named Jules Bianchi. Jules unfortunately passed away due to an accident that he suffered in the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix. And not long after Jules died, Charles' father died. Mm-hmm. So he is the man of the house at 17. And he has all this pressure on him. He has been heralded as like the next coming for Ferrari. So there's all this pressure on him. He's very good. Don't get me wrong. He's won 2 races. Qualifies very well. Stands to be Ferrari's next world champion. For sure.
Nice.
So yeah. You're supporting the team of the driver that I support, and I support Sebastian Vettel, who is a 4-time world champion. He won all...
He's the one you said was dying?
Yeah. He won all 4 of those titles in a row with Red Bull. That dominance has only been matched by Mercedes as of late. Very likable guy, Sebastian. Very good driver. If he's on one, he's unbeatable. Mm-hmm. It just so happens that Ferrari, there's a lot of politics. So, that screws him a lot of time. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Starting in March, we will be discussing the F1 races.
Nice. Other note that we'll talk about more after. It sounds like I'm going to be at Pensacon in February, which is Pensacola's local gaming convention and film convention. Which you're about to be like, Pensacola, Florida. They're not going to have real people there. There's actual, legitimately people there, which shocked me, because considering who I am, right? When I say there's real people, like, the main cast list is, like, Kevin Conroy will be there. Like, there's actual people. You're like, really?
It's also Florida.
That's true. So, yeah. I don't know the legitimacy of what I'm doing yet, and that's still being figured out, but it sounds like I'll be there in some capacity.
I mean, hell, GR Comic-Con had Billy D. Williams.
That's true. I'm just saying, Diamond Dallas Page is going to be there.
Alright, you need to get a photo with him.
I knew that would get you. I think he's the only WWE star I see on the list so far.
Well, that's not true, because he never wrestled for WWE.
Oh, Booker T's gonna be there!
Book's from, I think he's still got a place down in Orlando.
But that's right, Booker T will be there. The kid from Terminator 2 Judgment Day will be there.
Don't care.
A lot of Star Wars actors will surprisingly be there. Not the main people, but like Billy Zane will be there.
Don't care.
The hot chick from Home Improvement will be there.
Sure.
James Marsden will be there.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That one, you had to give me that one. I'm looking at the other part of the list. Anyone that would be another one that you would appreciate a lot. I feel like that's the only ones that I could see that.
Also, James Marsden's career is about to take a nosedive.
It's about to be great.
Like, he's gonna have Westworld Season 3 comes out, and then the Sonic movie comes out.
Oh, also Lou Ferrigno will be there. I think I need to find a way to get a picture with Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, Mike Maroney, all of 5'6", 160 pounds.
Next to Lou Ferrigno.
who's 6'2" and like 270.
There's no way he's only 6'2".
I
I
think he's
bet you
6'2".
that man has to be bigger
I
than
think so.
6'2", right? Lou Ferrigno.
I thought he was 6'2".
So you bet 6'2"? He's 6'5".
Ferrigno.
315 pounds is
God
his
damn.
biggest weight. Holy sh-
I guess
He's also 68.
yeah, I always see him standing next to guys that are like his height or maybe a little taller.
Yeah.
So I just consider him to be like 6'2" because there's a lot of guys that are 6'2", so there's not a lot.
That's what when you said that, I was like, there is no way.
I mean, also 3 inches isn't. Let
I
me
also
tell you,
appreciate, though, in
3
all-
inches can make a big difference, but not in height.
I appreciate, too, that he helps with Hulk's voice in every single Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because it's still partially Mark Ruffalo, but he is the, like, Hulk part of the voice, is Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah. I'm also really curious to see how jacked he still is, considering the number of roids that he used to take.
So they probably just sits on the Jack level of higher than normal. So yeah, that will happen. That's all I have right now.
So,
AJ, anything else to find people?
I only request 2 photos from Pensacon, or whatever it's called.
Okay. Is one Lou Ferrigno?
One's Lou Ferrigno, and one's you throwing up the diamond with DDP.
You don't want me to get one with Booker T?
I mean, like, Book's cool, but DDP is hilarious to me.
That's great. I also, yeah, that one I saw, I was like, oh, of course. So yeah, Pensacon I think is the last weekend in February and it bleeds into March, so like that 28th, 29th. Oh no, yeah, 28th, 29th, 1st, because it's a leap year. Which, again, not sure, I gotta figure it out. But we got pressed passes to it, so I figured I might as well go.
Good for you.
Also, that's why I text you. I figured you'd want to come down for something that's relative size.
Nope.
So yeah. Okay, sweet. Anything else, AJ, for these fine folks before we let them all go?
Nope. Have fun.
Okay. We will catch you all guys next time. Remember, you catch the SWW show every single Friday. Anchor.fm/SWW. At the SWW show on Twitter. You can follow me at Mikey_Maroney. You can follow AJ at DDT's biggest fan.
I'm sure that's taken.
Can you imagine if that's not taken? That's right, folks. And we'll see all of you next time. This podcast was a product of the SWW show. You can find more at the SWWshow.com or Facebook.com/the SWW store or Twitter.com/SWW. You can find out more about Mike at Mikey_Maroney on Twitter and more about AJ at Losivor on Twitter. Remember, new episodes come out twice a month, one focusing on the new entertainment news and one focusing on movie club, so new and an old movie. You can find out more again at the SWWshow.com, and you can find the show on podcast services around the globe.